Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy, P Farm, thinking right out here in the lab. I'm back in the book, and I'm still afraid from my pastor. The Lord put this on my heart to give you this lesson, so I'm just following instructions. Hope you enjoy the lesson. Let's go. Hope be fun. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and I'm on that, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to attain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is, to know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. Yeah, that's what I do in this rhetorical, but if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to my act be true. I'm in the book I said, but I skimmed through here, picked up a nice lesson for some reason. It's called Right Thinking is the practice which leads to non-dual awareness. And then we're going to follow that up with wisdom and action. Knowing and doing. Knowing means nothing. Doing without knowing is dumb. So wisdom and action should be a good lesson for you. But I think this practice which leads to non-dual awareness might help you too. Let's go. It's all about educating and understanding you. How is it possible to realize this great truth of what we call non-dual reality? Everything comes from the one. That's the non-dual reality. That's the God, the singular. And we got the non-dual reality which underlies the appearance of duality in all creation. Creation is made with what? Pairs, opposites. Okay? That's why. And this is the goal of all right thinking philosophy disciplines and all the yogas and mystical religious philosophies. This is what the purpose for. The most important part of the process of mastering yoga is to what? Experience for yourself an expansion of one's consciousness. Moving from being an individual, aka ignorant of self, becoming aware only of your being aware, just being aware of your limited self, aka the ego, to becoming aware of your all-encompassing essence, which you are what spiritual beings having a human experience. Once you realize that in the flesh, you recognize your universal self, aka God, becoming one with Him in conscious. This is accomplished. Well, how? By first of all listening. Second of all, reflecting on what you listen to. Third of all, meditating on what you heard and what you understand and implement it upon your teachings of mystical spirituality. You have to practice it. You have to learn it. You have to live it. You have to become it. Becoming one. Through what? Through this book. And those related to it, you have been learning about the teaching. Learning about them means absolutely nothing. Practicing, implementing them, living them, changes everything. Now, as you go through your normal day-to-day activities, you should try to reflect on these and discover that your personal experience for yourself confirms your spiritual knowledge. Well, how you know it's the truth? Put it to use and find out for yourself. That's what the experience is all about. You knowing, that's gnosis. To know what? By reading? Nope. By hoping? What? Nope. By believing? Nope. By experience. That's the best teacher. Okay? And watch this. When you have time of your own, then you could sit down and you can practice what we call formal meditation. I do my formal meditation here. I just stop, shut it down, and get comfortable and let it go. I don't have to do a whole bunch of nothing outside of just letting it go, letting my mind clear and download information. I've been doing it for years. But when this process, meditating upon the teacher, when I break down my meditation, I get comfortable and I sit right here. I ain't got to do a whole bunch of stuff. But when this process, I'm not going to prayer, I go outside. I pray outside. Face the east and go in prayer. See? So there's differences in what you're doing if that's what you do. If you just talking about it, you ain't really doing it. When you do it, you know just what and why you're doing it. And that's a whole personal thing. Again, like they ask them nuts. Well, if you're so acquainted with the Bible, give us a few of your favorite verses. I don't do this person. Well, you ain't got none. That's why. I can give you a breakdown of my routine. I can tell you what I do day-to-day basis. So don't tell me, sweet, I can't get about that. That's just not asinine. All right, what I'm saying is, when this process begins to start to work for you, what happened? It will have an effect on your consciousness. You begin, all of a sudden, you're smarter. All of a sudden, information, all of a sudden, you think, yeah, that's the information that's being downloaded. I'm doing this lesson because I got information. Give them this lesson. Okay, I'm giving the lesson. Okay, simple as that. But when your ego will begin to what? Subside. The first thing I'm doing, who the hell is that? That's the ego. Over me. Who gonna override what I want to do? Okay, that's the ego giving pushback. Okay, you got to put them in check. And that's the non-dual essence where within you. That's God in you. And you will emerge. Once you understand, like my brother told me, I heard the voice. That let me know that, yeah, on his own volition, of his own free will and accord, that he think God called him. I did the same thing 15 years ago. So I understand. No different. Okay, so yeah. When somebody tell you there's something going on inside them, respect that. That's all you got to do. You ain't got to question it. You got no, just respect that. Why? That's what it's all about. It don't come, it comes from here. Okay. And we will draw upon what we call many scriptures from the world traditions and to show the influence of the ancient Egyptians' concept of non-dual understanding one God and the practice of non-dual right thinking and understanding of world religions. I understand the purpose of religions, all of them. Okay, I don't practice none of them. But even to the present day, we will also introduce the concept, again, of continuous meditation of the divine. I call it being God conscious. Christians call it being prayed up. Christ conscious. You can call it whatever you want. The idea is to do it, practice it, implement it, and you can label it whatever you want if you're doing it. By discovering what? Your non-dual witnessing consciousness, who is the innermost reality of our hearts. He's there for us to what? To find, to search, to discover, to become one with. It's there. It ain't pick and choose what group of people. No, it's there for those who want to what? Partake in it and practice the concept. That's all. Right thing philosophy. I don't pick and choose who follow what I teach. No, it's for everybody. It's simple as that. All right. That's the concept of practicing right thing philosophy that will lead you to non-dual awareness, meaning you become aware of who? Yourself, God, that's where inside you. We're trying to get you to understand that. Now, with wisdom in action, with wisdom meaning you experience something. The action is what you did to get the experience. So they should go together, and let's see what this say. when you are active and not practicing or experiencing wisdom of yoga, what you doing? You are distracted from the real you. See? This distraction, which comes from what? Your egoistic desires of the flesh, the cravings, and the endless, watch this, remember, it's the endless motion of thoughts in your mind as what? As the veil which blocks your perception of your deeper essence, your real self, being blocked by the ego self. It don't see. Okay? That's the true self. These distractions keep you what? Involved with what? The mind, senses, and the body that you have what? Come to believe is the real you. This is me. This is me. Ignorance all get out. Okay, and you're right. When your body is motionless and you are still thinking and feeling, you are mostly associated with what? Your mind. Okay? At times when you are not thinking, I don't subscribe to that concept, such as when, okay, the dreamless sleep state. I got to wait a minute, no, I'm always thinking. Okay, but when people go that deep sleep state, they're not thinking. Why? They just letting their mind do its own thing and it's taking control. But they're ignorant of the fact. Why? Because they're asleep. Then you are associated now with what? Your higher self. However, when the phrase, God, I thought you said you'd never leave me, footprints. And the guy said, God, I see two sets of footprints. And when life got, real tough and, almost unbearable for me, I only see one set of footprints. I said, yeah, those are mine. I carried you. Don't see him, but he's there. That's the concept. And this connection in the dreamless state, sleep state, is veiled by what? Your ignorance. Why? Because you are asleep. You don't know. And you're not aware of the experience that you're having. That's called lucid dreaming. During this time, you do, however, experience what they call profound, you do, however, experience profound peace and rest during that state. You wake up like, man, I had a good, but you remember? No, I don't remember nothing. That's what they tell you. And then we all understand that. That's what I'm saying. We had experience, everybody experienced it. But this is possible. Why? Because you are turning away from your what? Ego personality, the me, the I, and letting it open up to what? The higher conscious level. Now your individual self, and you are now going into the realm of what? Your inner self, aka higher self, where in essence you are moving closer to that which is what universal and turning away from that which is what? Limited, earthbound. In order to what? Discover this realm, you personally must consciously turn away from what? The phenomenal world, the physical world, the world of your what? Your ego, and along with its earthly human problems and concerns, worries and anxieties, all of the ego, all from you being what? Ignorant, which is distracting you from your inner reality. You don't see it. You're too busy doing a whole bunch of other nonsense. And the practice of right thinking philosophy helps accomplish this task. Why? Daily meditating. And when when backed up by the daily practice of the right thinking philosophy, is the most powerful agent of self-discovery. I'm about to run. The practice of right thinking philosophy by daily meditation will allow you to what? Develop your higher awareness of oneself for yourself, which will affect all aspects of your life. Things will change. Oh, things will change. But most importantly, it gives you, the aspirant, the right thinker, your own experiential knowledge of what? Your true self. You know God for yourself. You ain't got to worry about God being in heaven, God looking high and being low. No, you know God is what? In you. That's the difference. Wrapping it up. This shouldn't take long. The distraction of the soul in the physical world of human experience it leads to your mental impressions, which are all based on external physical reality in the real world. You think it is, but the physical reality world, which is material. But you are ignorant of the truth. Why? Because your higher soul reality is what you're ignorant of. You don't know your higher self. You're ignorant. Your ego, you think it's all about you. That's why. And these impressions will lead your mind to experience what? Pleasures, desires of the flesh, negative thoughts, and higher aspirations, to which lead human beings to what? Experience what? More desires of the flesh, more distractions, more desires that's born out of what? Their ignorance again. And understanding this ego and ignorance cannot be satisfied through the mind and the senses, meaning how much you get them and how much you got, because these are limited and the experiences that have are fleeting. They're momentary. They're there for the moment, not long. He said, dog shit fast, don't shit long. But no matter how long these experiences last during a person's life, they are what? Still only transient experience and never fully fulfilling. Meaning, no matter how much money you get, no matter how much stature and positions you get, it don't mean nothing at Judgment Day if you didn't what? Gain self-knowledge. Since the desires of the mind and the senses, the body, is based solely on what? Your ignorance. That means that you can never be truly fulfilled. The soul is now led to having experiences what? Repeatedly situations of what? Constant frustration and mental agitation and unrest, and further it moving away from what? Their inner peace of the true self within. You losing yourself within yourself. That's what they're saying. The ego self will take you away from your higher self. The individual, your soul of every human being, is in reality what? Seeking to discover the wholeness and the peace of its true nature. Rising to find itself, which is the universal soul, where? Within, not outside. However, because of the ignorant search is to fulfill their what? Desires of the flesh or the negative mind concepts, it leads it to what? Countless situations in the realm of human experience, meaning it's going to reincarnate over and birth, death, and which in turn will lead to more experiences in what is a endless cycle, watch this, which continues even after death and causes the soul to now what? Return to human form. Why? Again and again to what? Chase out their futile efforts to satisfy those desires that's based on ignorance, and it can't be done. These teachings of the cycles of birth and death, which every individual soul experiences, are known as the doctrines of what we know to be karma, aka reincarnation. If what you're doing is not good and you stack up a bunch of bad karma, at Judgment Day you will what? Be heavier than the scale of my eye, fail, and you will be reincarnated. Another body, not the same spirit, another conscious, another body. The spirit and the body stays here. Okay, that's the concept. I done did this karma lesson. I ain't do it again. I done beat you over here with the karma, so I'm just move on. But I want to get that lesson out to you. Hope you enjoyed it. I ain't going to take up too much of your time. So it's all about making that lesson. Hoping somebody can use it and benefit from it. As usual, I do it for you. In closing, right thinkers, may you always be 100. Me, 100 minus a day. So I never know that my right thinkers who got understanding of non-dual awareness and wisdom in action have passed away. I'll be right back. You know how I do.